know what you can do with those thumbs, Roger Ebert, because we only trust one man to review Batman Begins for us, the original Caped Crusader, Adam West. Plus, you've seen his mad animation stylings on Shorties Watching Shorties and Wonder Chosen. Now see him, Aaron Augenblick, is here. And you know what? Forget Gloria Estefan. There's a new Miami sound machine, and his name is Pitbull. And oh, did we mention he's performing live right here, huh? Now, order us 4 whole fried chickens and a Coke because it's time for Attack of the Show.
Pick up on this.
To the best Attack of the Show you've ever seen in your lives, ever. This is going to be the show to end all shows, and I'm probably lying through my teeth. Joining me this week, for most of this week, rather, and you're here, unfortunately, it's your last day as a guest host. I know. But you're going to go out with a bang, because this will be the best Attack of the Show ever. It is. We got music, we got games, we got you, we got Sarah on the couch. Sarah's on the couch.
Jeff, I have a question for you.
Yep.
Are you a fan of the margarita?
Margaritas work for me, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good, good.
We gonna get some later?
We'd love to have you back then. Yes.
Okay.
Margarita after the show.
All right.
Margarita Friday, Jeff.
Okay.
It happens every Friday here on Attack of the Show.
That's after the show ends. We
got
have
a good buzz going on?
Party.
You can say that.
Okay.
Exactly.
Anything interesting with you this week? Any new games? How was the G4TV.com?
We got a good G4TV.com airs tonight with the guy Cameron Brown from Pandemic talking about Destroy All Humans.
Nice.
So that was good.
Your thoughts?
Good game. I mean, we talked about it earlier in the week. That's a fun game. I'm playing a lot of Battlefield 2, which I know we're going to talk about on the show today as well. And we talked about Batman Begins, the movie and the game, which the movie I think is great. The game is kind of so. So you played it as well, right?
Yeah, I have, and I'm going to agree with this gesture.
Okay,
that's all I'm going to say.
But we got some better, cool stuff. That's not.
We do have some stuff that's not just that. It's kind of like that, which is a little bit better, I think. We're going to start off with a game called Kick-Ass Kung Fu. Now, this isn't just any old game, no Atari joysticks necessary. No. It's an immersive kind of art installation where you control the game with your own movements. Think iToy, but to the next level. So let me show you it here.
Now, it runs off a computer, does it? Or, I mean, it's not a console.
Yeah, no, this is a computer. It's probably some sort of PC hack. And as you can see here, there's special moves you can do. Like this guy is screaming. It's voice activated, which charges up his power move, and he can kick the opponent across the screen.
When I saw this video, I mean, this is crazy. I mean, the guys are doing like flips. I mean, these are like really talented guys.
Here, let me see.
I mean, they're real, dancers.
Let me pull it up here. Yeah, these are actual like martial artists demoing something. And some people will say, well, this is clearly.
Wow. See, he did that flip, but it's like, I don't know. It's like his leg just happened to. I wonder how real that really is. Yeah. And the collision is perfect there. When
they actually show the software analyzing his hitbox, and it actually does points of interaction, like his hand or.
So I could see it, but I mean, this must be an art installation with really high-res cameras. I mean, I can't imagine any kind of home application of this.
No, not yet. But this is a good glimpse as to what iToy 47.
You'll be in your apartment doing flips,
exactly, knocking over lamps and kicking the cat around, and
all for the game. But it's a very cool idea. I like it.
It's very nice. Kick-ass. Kung Fu.
Yes, Kung Fu. Check it out.
And
from Finland, I think.
For the artist in you, if you'd rather make art and not violence, I guess there is an application. I think I just closed the whole browser, didn't I?
No,
hold on. There we go. Okay, it's called Flipbook. So here it is. A little flash animation site, if you will. I don't know, Kerry, if you care to explain this one to the folks at home here.
Yeah, I know it's a flash animation thing, and you can do these sort of cool black and white flash animations literally with your mouse. So you go here, I mean, we made some, and this is, you basically just take your mouse and draw, and you basically go through, frame by frame.
Here, let me see if I can.
And it actually, the cool thing is it'll create sort of a shadow image after you draw something, so then you go to the next frame.
A little squiggly here, and I'll say next frame.
And you see the shadow where it was, so you can just sort of, outline, change it a little bit.
Yep. Oh, Aaron Augenblick, watch your back, buddy. Hold on. This is going to be the best 3-frame animation you've ever seen in your life.
So you do that, and then the cool thing is then you animate it. And it's really neat how it does the animation. It sort of blends all the frames together. So, I mean, it's a little tough to do something with the mouse. So we did a couple. I mean, this was, where's yours?
This is my Tetris.
My favorite part, Kevin, is, notice down here the blocks.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I had 5 minutes before this morning's news meeting, and I still managed to pull that off.
Oh, yeah?
Sarah's impressed. Can you do that after a couple of margaritas, though? That's the question, Kevin.
Hell no.
All right.
I don't know. It sounds fishy.
What? You don't think I pulled this off?
He had a couple PAs
I'm telling you, I did it this morning before the meeting, and they were yelling at me like, oh, it's time to start the news meeting.
No, I love the little block that hits and the other two move, and there's that little, like, energy that comes off the
See,
block.
now this is what an actual artist can do with this application.
Right.
Like you can see that actual art can be created if you know what you're doing. And what I really like is that it's one of those apps where you can save your work, you know, share it with other people, and there's even a voting system built in, so you can say, well, this is clearly a 5-star, and my Tetris is maybe.
No, actually, I mean, imagine if you had, if you had a tablet, I think, and you could actually draw and use this. I mean, it's a really fun thing and totally simple to do.
Yeah,
so.
that's the excuse I'm going to use. I had to use my mouse, which is why the Tetris blocks had to scoot out of the way.
Keep working on it, Pro. I want to see it improve.
I'm proud of it already.
Iterate on it.
I'm proud. And then finally, let me pull it back up. This is we're going to play a little game here, Sarah. Feel free to play along, and I want our users at home to play along as well.
Everybody, let's do it.
I'm going to pull up the site first. Here it is, and go.
Go.
Sarah?
Emily's Don't Yawn game.
Oh.
We're watching.
No.
What
Sarah?
am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to not yawn.
Okay.
We're watching it.
Wow, she's good. She is good. Sarah Lane.
She's not even blinking.
Come on, studio, Sarah Lane. Come on.
Pretty good.
Don't leave me hanging.
Not blinking. She's smiling. You got to watch.
It's because when people yawn, you have
Yeah,
to
you
yawn.
see a picture of someone yawning, you have a tendency to yawn.
No.
Oh, you see, I actually yawned.
That can happen. Did you? I didn't yawn, but it's that's cool. So I mean, she goes through. It's probably like 10 or 15 images.
My buddy Lou at the cube next to me loaded the page, and I guess it was taking a while for the flash to load. And he just saw like the title, which was "Don't Yawn," and he yawned. And then when he saw that he wasn't supposed to, he really got pissed off. So it's great. It's cool. It works. Apparently not on anybody else but me around here, which speaks volumes.
Well, you know.
Emily's Don't Yawn.
It's Emily. Does what you can, right?
You do. All right.
Absolutely.
We know you love to talk about the games, and believe it or not, Jeff and I also love to talk about the games.
It's all about the games.
We like the gaming, so let's do this.
Yes.
Come on. The number is 800-839-7880.
And as always, you can also email us at g4tv.com/askaots, and you can chat with us at chat.g4tv.com.
And if we take your call, we are going to send you
goodies,
some wonderful Jinx t-shirts.
Nice.
Look at that one. Look at the first one right there.
Good stuff. Jinx shirts.
Yes, you're going to get them. Just call up and ask nicely. Now, if you want to come back after this, you can, because I guarantee you, no other show on TV will have Adam West reviewing Batman Begins.
That's pretty
cool.
cool.
Just won't. Although, I think the Oxygen Network actually has Martha Stewart reviewing Bewitched. I don't know how those are related, but we'll see. They're doing it. Michael Keaton? Val Kilmer? No way. No way. George Clooney? Get the hell out of our sight. The only man worthy of judging the merits of the latest big screen Batman is none other than the swinging bat icon himself, Adam West. Here's our own boy wonder, Brendan Moran, with more.
I'm here in Ketchum, Idaho at the Magic Lantern Theaters, about to see Batman Begins with a real Batman. Adam West himself is due here any moment. We're going to watch it together, and then he is going to review it for us. Hey, can I get extra salt with that, too?
Brendan Moran, you whore. You're here to review Batman Begins with Adam West, aren't you? You return his phone calls, but not mine.
Superman, I don't know what to say.
I will get you, Brendan Moran. I will get you.
Whoa, Batman Begins. How much?
That'll be $11.
Oh, I love it. Don't you folks think it's kind of an irony that I have to pay to see a Batman movie? I'll just use my Batman credit card. You can get one too on AdamWest.com. Hey, Brendan, hold the butter.
Adam West, imagine seeing you here.
Amazing.
Shall we?
Sure.
All right.
Who are you? Merely Ducard.
Mr. Finch.
I think you're trying to help.
Wow.
Spelunking.
Wow.
Whoa. Ah.
The film itself.
Yeah.
It's called Batman Begins. But we all know that you, sir, are where Batman really begins.
The one that we just saw, it was very rich and well done, and the performances, I think, were outstanding. And Chris Nolan, the director, I think is marvelous. They were able to combine realism with special effects. You didn't become aware that what you were seeing was all contrived as special effects as much as in some of the others. To me, you really can't equate bigness with greatness necessarily. And I think the studio, in an effort to create a blockbuster, sometimes loses sight of that. I personally would prefer to see some absurdity, tongue-in-cheek. My utility belt was amazing. There was
You're not wearing it right now.
Yes, I am, of course, underneath in case there's a crime. I had a batarang, condoms.
Well, it was the
that I
60s,
needed.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a time of turmoil.
And free love.
I wasn't free, Brendan. You would have made a great Robin, by the way.
Oh, stop, Adam.
No, really. What?
Yeah, hello. What, right now? You're kidding. I'll be right there. Adam, I'm sorry. It's an emergency. I've got to go.
The men's room is there.
Okay.
It's back here.
Great Scott! They've got plenty of napkins. This must be a trap. Uncle! I told you, Superman. I'll talk to you when your movie comes out.
Sorry about that, Adam.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, what'd you do?
I just had to take care of something outside really fast. No big deal. So talk to me about the bat suit. You had a different bat suit than the one in the films, right?
Yes. Well, the whole production was more lighthearted, I think. Yes, more accessible to the family spectrum.
Katie Holmes plays the heroine in this film. You yourself had a run-in with a number of females on the show.
I've never had a run-in with Katie Holmes, if that's what you're after.
I wouldn't dare ask such a question.
No.
Adam West?
Yeah.
Thank you for your time, sir. I've got a cat up a tree.
Another nut.
So, I'll see you later, Adam. It was nice meeting you.
Thank you.
I'm off to fight crime.
Yes. Careful.
I read a fan fiction work from a news group once about Batman that involved a scene that I think I saw in that.
You can't equate greatness with bigness or whatever? Or?
Something like that. Something wasn't quite great about that. Well, at least a portion of it. But anyway, the best part about that is you really can get a Batman credit card, apparently, at AdamWest.com. I didn't know. You can.
Visa? Or we don't know. I guess it's Batman.
It's Batman. You know, he doesn't play favorites. All right, you can. The actual Batman likes Batman Begins, so now you have no excuse for seeing it, I think. There you have it. Thanks to Adam West, of course. Thanks to our Wonder Boy, Brendan Moran.
Yes, good segment.
Go see it, folks. All right, every minute we keep you in the house, we're actually doing the world a solid. But don't worry, because on the way we've got an exclusive look inside a laboratory devoted solely to creating bionic animals.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And we also picked the brain of Flash animator Aaron Augenblick. And try not to get any on our shirt. That's next.
All right, let's say you need an animator for your show, but you want the kind of guy who thinks it's funny to draw a Johnny Quest-style dog eating a woman's stomach open to help her deliver a baby while skydiving. Well, believe it or not, Aaron Augenblick is your guy. Welcome to the show, Aaron.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Nice
Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I have to come right out of the box swinging, and I apologize with the hard-hitting question here.
Right.
Mighty Mouse or Richie Rich? Who's winning?
Versus
the
two of them?
Oh, yeah.
Richie Rich has the money, but I would say Mighty Mouse has the pure bulk and muscle, I think, in a fight.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
That is correct. All right, so you're off the hook there. Augenblick Studios, animation studio based out of New York. How did that thing get started there?
I used to work for MTV Animation. I left MTV around '99.
They're the television network, right?
They're a television network. It's a small network. You probably don't know.
Lots of animation.
Not a lot of people have it. And then I started my own studio, so we could sort of do some more like independent, like weird stuff that I'd wanted to do, and at the same time, sort of do a lot of freelance stuff along the way.
Now, your studio is solely deals with Flash animation, correct?
Somewhat. I mean, we started out as a traditional studio.
You did?
Yeah, I mean, I got my start, you know, sitting in a hot box and a camera, shooting cells and the whole thing, and hated it, and then ended up doing stuff more digital.
I enjoy a good hot box every now and then.
Good hot box can be really, really wonderful.
Chills it out, mellows it down a bit.
It is kind of nice.
But yeah, you went from traditional animation into the world of Flash. Now, why make that jump? Isn't that like sacrilegious or against some sort of law?
I mean, a lot of people were pretty critical of the fact that we were doing stuff in Flash, especially in its infancy when we were first doing it. I mean, there was so much crap being made in Flash.
It was all Shock the Monkey banner ads and no actual art.
Yeah, there was all that stuff in blenders. A lot of things in blenders was around. But I mean, what I like about Flash that's sort of good, I mean, and bad, is that anyone, like a housewife in, you know, Nebraska, can make a cartoon. You know, and animators hate that because animators like to be able to have sort of their own proprietary system.
Sure, but you're not concerned with traditional animators losing their jobs or their gigs necessarily over the Flash animation revolution, right? You still think that it takes a traditional animator to make good Flash? Is that true?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the thing. I always look for traditional people. I mean, I don't necessarily gravitate towards people who have only ever done Flash. Because personally, you know, the stuff I like is traditional classic animation. So I don't mean to, like, you know, sort of burn, you know, traditional animators, because that's where the good stuff is. But what we try to do is sort of apply traditional methods to the newest techniques, and that mostly being Flash.
All right. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with your work, and some may not even know it because they've seen it on a little show called Wonder Chosen on MTV2. How did that partnership come about? How did you start working with those guys?
Well, I had seen like the initial bootleg pilot they had done like a year before.
Yeah, it was floating around the internet.
Yeah, it floated around, and I had seen it and been like, wow, this is like the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And then at the time I was doing a show called Shorties Watching Shorties for Comedy Central. You know, which has, you know, its good and bad side, that show. But I was doing that at the time, and then when that finished up, I got a call from John and Vernon because we had a mutual friend that thought we would sort of get along. And it worked out. I met them, and it was sort of a marriage made in heaven. Now,
do they come to you and say, well, here's what we want for a cartoon, and then you have to go animate it, or are you coming up with these shorts for them and saying, here's a dog delivering a baby while skydiving? It's funny, honestly.
They really don't do much.
They just kind of hang out.
Yeah, they're not really that talented.
All right.
But no. But it's like actually they do everything. They're like absolute geniuses. They write everything. They conceive of everything. They act everything.
Even the cartoon
they do
shorts
all the voices.
That you produce?
The shorts that they script them. They'll come to us with a script and an audio track and say, you know, this is sort of what we're going for with this. You know, like we want to do Johnny Quest style, but it's, you know, a dog performing a circumcision or whatever it is.
That's what's most interesting to me, I think, is that I watch the shorts and the Wonder Shows, and the style is mimicked perfectly. And I wonder, is that really hard to do in Flash, to actually pull off, you know, a look, you know, that's long gone, that sense, you know?
I don't think so. I mean, I really don't. I mean, that's sort of like what's really exciting about doing the Wonder Shows and stuff, is like going back, looking at these like old cartoons, you know, especially ones that you like. It's really interesting to look at an old cartoon that I liked a lot, like G.I. Joe, you know, which like at the time was like the greatest thing I'd ever seen. You go back and look and realize like that it's pure garbage, you know what I mean? And it's like you get into that stuff where you sort of analyze like what they were doing, whether it was good or mostly like very badly, and like sort of try to tear that apart and recreate it using, you know, Flash, you know, to do those things. And it's not that hard. It's surprisingly not that hard to do it. I mean, it just takes, you know, a lot of like critical eye.
Now, not too long ago, Disney dumped, you know, the kind of traditional 2D animation. They're kind of focusing all on 3D. Do you think that has any indication that 2D animation might be gone, or is your studio just another example of how that's a completely false
I give
statement?
us 2 months.
Yeah, and then you're done. You're screwed out of a job, and there you go.
Then it's like I'm a wino. That's it. No, I think that, you know, Disney, they do the 3D stuff, and, you know, I like 2D. You know, I like personally, like, you couldn't pay me to go see like Madagascar or like one of those movies. I mean, I'm not really into that stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. You know, obviously I'm sort of in the minority about like animation in general, but like I like the old stuff. You know, I like doing this kind of classic stuff. So I like doing 2D, and it's sort of the situation now seems to be that the television stuff seems to be more 2D successful, and the movies seem to be more successful with 3D. So,
well, you've definitely been successful on the TV front, and we can't thank you enough, and we hope you keep producing it, Aaron. Thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate it. Check out AugenblickStudios.com to see all kinds of cool Augenblick stuff, and of course, new episodes of Wonder Shows, and they're coming to MTV2 this fall, so pay attention, set your TiVos. Now, commercials can be fun. For example, do a shot every time you see Adam Sessler. See, it's fun, right? And after that, though, the fun and the booze, it's going to keep on flowing with the feed. So drink up, kids. You know, Jeff, I was going to play it cool. I really was going to be nice
You're
and calm
always
and collected. But no. I'm actually really happy they came back. What can I say?
Welcome back, everybody.
I'm not made of stone, people. It's not. Still on the way. Here's a hint as to what my Free Play Friday game is. Battlefield 2.
Oh, it's a good one.
I screwed it up again.
They'll come back because it's a good one. And
Okay,
we've still got today's musical performance. Boost Mobile's presenting it as Pitbull, ready to be taken off the leash. Ruff, 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 ruff. He's a pit bull. He's not a chihuahua.
Yes, that was more Bichon, actually. That's all right. And now it's called Le Feed in French and El Feed in Spanish. And actually, it's Happy, Lucky, Go Sunshine, Yay in Japanese. But
who would have thought?
We just like to call it The Feed.
The International Federation of Phonographic Industries has released a report claiming that 1 out of every 3 music CDs sold in the world is an illegal copy. Our own study shows that 1 out of every 3 also features Kanye West. Kanye, you can turn jobs down, you know. But anyway, the IFPI says that the global illegal CD market is worth an estimated $4.6 billion. Call out Brazil, Spain, and India as among the worst offenders. But the absolute worst, though, is China, which has a market estimated to be 85% illegal. This is, of course, no surprise to those of you who bought the super special All Nirvana plus some of Led Zeppelin 2 and 3 songs from Franz Ferdinand box set in Hong Kong. I did too. I've got mine up on eBay. I'm going to make a killing. Now, we finally have confirmation of megaphone this occurring elsewhere in the world. That's right. Nepalese radio broadcasters booted off the air during last February's royal coup have taken to the rooftops and begun reading news reports over megaphones. Nepal's independent FM stations were a popular alternative to the state-run stations, and the DJs promised to continue these makeshift broadcasts until full press freedom is restored. Police have so far been classifying these shows as public meetings, which are perfectly legal. However, rumor is that the cops are this close to shutting down the Wacky Morning Zoo with Dr. Skeeter and the Wild Man because those guys are freaking annoying as hell, even in Nepal. Now, normally when we hear about a guy in the IT department being a conscientious objector, we just assume he's refusing to play Medal of Honor until he gets a better graphics card or something like that. But no, actually it's the real deal. At least it is in Germany, because a German army officer refused to continue developing software he thought might be used in the Iraq War. He was then reprimanded by his superiors, but a court ruled he was within his rights as a conscientious objector. This is another step toward the German army's efforts to be a kinder, gentler military. Earlier this week, soldiers actually won the right to wear their hair in any style they choose. So get ready for the new slogan, too. The German Army, it's been 6 years. Give us a break. Telephone, internet, and mobile access all across New Zealand was wiped out and their stock exchange brought to a standstill for a few hours this past week because, well, rats were gnawing through cables. That's right, rats. And this does nothing to dispel the stereotype that New Zealand's entire country is powered by a hobbit on a stationary bike. We always knew it was true. But this is actually a serious story because we're not sure if you know this, but New Zealand rats are 7 feet tall and they weigh 900 pounds. Or, I don't know, maybe, who knows? New Zealand's like 20 hours from here. Who's just looking down there? I certainly don't. And finally, we mentioned a couple weeks ago that Queen Elizabeth II had been given an iPod. Well, the newly tech-savvy monarch was recently quoted telling Sony executives she didn't really like their remote controls and she preferred Apple's scroll wheel. For more on this, here's Kevin and the Queen.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much for that, Sarah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Live via satellite, Jeff.
Wow.
Believe it or not, we have Queen Elizabeth II.
Really?
Hello. Oh, wow, yeah. Hello.
America!
Hello, Your Highness. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Yes, hello to you too, Kevin.
Hello. All right, so I understand that you recently purchased an iPod. Is that true, Your Majesty?
Yes, indeed, Kevin. A delightful thing.
Yes. Now, let me ask. I'm just kind of curious. You know, what service do you use? Where do you buy your music from?
Pardon? We weren't quite aware one paid for such things. They're quite readily available for free on the internet. We can assure you, as you say.
Right. But that's, I mean, that's kind of illegal.
Wonderfully droll of you. Yeah.
All right. Well, as we just heard, you seem to have some problems with Sony products. Is that right? Is that because you?
Yes, wretched devices all. Arrows and buttons and whatnot. Too much bother. You know, Apple has a scroll wheel.
You do.
Why must Sony insist on taxing the royal fingers?
That's true. That is.
And don't get us started on their high-def monitors. Sure, they provide a decent enough picture, but one needs an additional HD tuner. And the dark black areas could be a touch deep, or what?
That's actually a pretty good assessment there. That's not bad at all.
What of Killzone, Kevin?
Wait,
We're
Killzone?
sorry, but if the demo Sony had at E3 was real-time gameplay, we'd personally sack all the stable boys and clean the horse dung ourselves.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Kevin, while I have you here,
Yes.
can you please explain why the devil Firefox chugs like Prince William at a kegger every time it tries to render an embedded Windows media file?
Unfortunately, Your Majesty, we don't have the time to get into all that. Thank you for coming on the show, though. We appreciate it.
Oh, yes, sir. We have been amused.
Yes.
Cheers, tools, and whatnot.
Yeah, cheers as well, Your Majesty. That was the Majesty, or our Majesty, or Your Majesty, or their Majesty. Is the Majesty
That's a pretty big exclusive.
Yeah, I mean,
only Attack a Show can bring you that.
She is a techie. She should try out. I think guest
Who would have
host for
known
a
she
week.
knew about PS3?
She did. And I still say pre-rendered, by the way. I'm agreeing. All right, when we get back, Jeff and I will sit down, wrap you in a blanket, make you some tea, and answer your gaming questions.
And, of course, it's usually not the best game in the world, Kevin,
whoa.
but you can't beat the price. Kevin's Free Play Friday is coming up.
It's awesome. That was a very special Happy Tree Friends.
That was a little mature there.
Forest Critters doing LASIK or something. I don't know, but it was cute. Cute and cuddly.
Cute. Controversial.
Yes, I saw you wincing, and I'm sorry about that.
That's all right.
I hope you're not scarred for life.
No, it's all right. I'll make it through.
I want to talk to the viewers for a second, and
Okay,
I'll keep
go
this
ahead.
quick. I promise. No cash? No problem. It's Free Play Friday.
Yeah!
I have ranted and raved about today's free play. I think we've talked about it all week.
Normally these aren't that good? That's what we heard.
Whoa, okay.
That's what I had to say.
I can't wait to come on G4TV.com and insult your work, Jeff. That's cool. That'll be great.
But today is a special one, right?
Yeah, no. You're right. They normally do suck. But today is, I have to officially command everybody to go out and download the game immediately.
If you've got a good enough computer.
Well, and that's why they should download it to try it out, because they all should buy the game, but we'll get to that later. It's Battlefield 2, and you're going to love it. The original Battlefield, incredibly successful, you know, yada yada, so on and so forth. Do you care to explain the game, Jeff? I mean, you've played it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Battlefield is known for its, you know, being a great sort of online, you know, it's a shooter that also gives you, you know, a lot of great sort of, you know, vehicles you can get into. This game
the new version has 30+ vehicles.
Yep.
And, of course, the multiplayer can handle 64 players. And they've also added new voice over IP.
Absolutely.
So you can actually yell and call people lamers or sing songs into the headset, which is something I like to do and piss off my squad. But, you know, as you can see here, the great thing about Battlefield is that it was like if you saw a vehicle, hop into it.
Yep.
See a plane, fly it. You Jeep, get in, honk the horn.
And they were all fun to fly. I mean, a lot of other games have tried multiple vehicles, but they didn't control particularly well. But I mean, the planes in this are awesome. You know, aircraft carriers jumping on, and the graphics are amazing for it too.
Exactly, if you have the system to actually do it, of course. And classes, as far as we're concerned with classes, special forces, snipers, assault. We have support class, engineer, medic, anti-tank. It's all there. I love playing a medic. I love breaking out the defibrillator.
The best, though, is when you can
people.
Control everyone. When you do commander mode, right?
And that's
control.
Exactly. That is something that is brand new to Battlefield 2. And a lot of people have downloaded the demo and said, you know what? It's the same old Battlefield. But I completely disagree. No. And here's why. It's because of squads and the ability to play commander. And so I thought I'd show people what it looks like when you play a commander right here.
This is great.
So we started a local game here. So unfortunately, we only have like one guy running around. And that's Avi, our tech guy, running around in the back. But here I am. I'm a commander. Notice,
commanding a squad of one.
Exactly. I'm an army of one. And I can jump and I can shoot. But if I press caps lock by default, it pops open this commander panel. Now I can do a scan of the battlefield, and it's like a, you know, it's a refresh of the battlefield that only happens for so long. And I'm watching, I'm looking, I'm looking for red. Oh, see the little red blip there? So I can zoom in on this location here and actually get like a real-time satellite feed. And there's Avi driving around a little Jeep. I can set, you know, my unmanned vehicle here to fly around, and it will give me a real-time scan of a certain area, just a proximity-like scan. If I have squads here, I could select them and give them, like, actual points, like, hey, you know, move to this point, defend here, attack here, etc. And the squads that are playing in the game are actually, supposedly, going to act out my commands. What's really great is that I can drop supplies if I have troops here, and the supplies will repair vehicles and give them ammo,
Well, the cool thing is now, when you have voice over IP, so you can talk to these guys, you can really, I mean, you can be a real commander.
Hey, I need supplies, and I'm like, no, instead, I'm going to drop some artillery on you. So if Avi can just chill out on the Jeep for a second, I'm going to select artillery, and I'm going to plant it there, and we'll see the strike. Now, if you're in the game, you're hearing, look, artillery strike, and if you have a good commander, he's relaying to the squads, there's an artillery strike coming. And if you're part of the squad are hearing that as well.
We're going to hit him here?
Oh, hold on, it's coming. We have to wait for it. Now, if you're in the game, you hear the booming jets, and you're waiting for it. You're waiting. Come on, get him! Get him! Oh, they're all around him. Get him! I will not be.
Yeah! He's gone! You have an army of zero.
Exactly. And it's so much fun to play commander, and you don't even have to play from the first-person perspective at all if you want. It's totally fine.
Whole strategy game that you could do.
Exactly. So it's entirely new. The full version of the game is on store shelves now. As I'm speaking to you, all of you should go out and buy it as soon as the show is over. But if you want to see how it'll run on your system first, I don't blame you. It is a little heavy. So
yeah, I mean, I had 512 megs of RAM. I had to upgrade my machine to a gig just to play it.
Exactly.
So it definitely is,
but it's worth the upgrade.
It is.
Worth the upgrade.
It's a great game.
Get a free link to the Battlefield 2 demo on our little website. And speaking of our website, actually, last week we unveiled the beta version of Attack of the Blog. Well, we're proud to officially switch the website over. There's a giant switch. We flipped it. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys here. Oh, no, Queen. No, she's not on satellite anymore. What's going on there? Hold on. Don't look behind the curtains.
That's right.
Oh, I don't have a mouse. Hold on. I'm going to have to do this all.
You're yawning. We got the Queen. What's going on here?
Well, they were yawning anyways. Hold on. Attackoftheshow.com. Now, when I load the Attack of the Show, it's going to redirect me to the old Attack of the Blog. And really, the Attack of the Blog is going to be our repository for everything. So, you know, if there's it came from eBay, if there's a Free Play Friday, hey, look, it's right there. There's my free play.
News links, obviously. You can go get all those website addresses. Yeah.
We've got a little work to do on it. We're still going to update the videos, and we're going to try and get more pictures and behind-the-scenes stuff. Like maybe we can get Aaron Augenblick to do a little blog post. We had Jason Kotke do one the other day while he was here. So we're really trying to make it, you know, our show is essentially, like I said before, it's about a video blog. That's what our show is. So why not have something mirror that on the web? And that's what Attack of the Blog will be. And you can post comments. The comments will also show up in our forums. So if you don't like going to the website to post a comment, you can still do it through the forums. So it's all there. It's all there. We're very
video clips and everything, right?
Yes, yes. It'll all be there shortly. We hope.
Good.
All right.
Cool.
Let's do it, Jeff. You do it on your show. Take us home.
We got some calls, right? Well, I know Matt joins us on the phone from Port Townsend, Washington. Matt, how's it going?
Pretty good. How's it going?
That's great. What's your gaming question for Kevin and I?
Yeah, Halo 2. Is it a rumor or is it reality?
Halo 2.
Halo 2.5.
Oh, 2.5. 2.5. All right. 2.5. Yeah, I mean, no one really knows what's going on with that. It was rumored, you know. People were saying, well, is Xbox 360 going to be backwards compatible? And if it's not, then how are you going to be able to play Halo 2. They might create a Halo 2.5 that would be upgraded. They didn't say anything at E3.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard anything. They're really focusing on Perfect Dark Zero. I don't think so.
I don't think it's real. You know, the only way it could be real, I heard the one rumor, they said, well, they'll bundle it on a hard drive if they sell it, but I don't think they're going to do that to push the hard drive. I think they want people to get the Perfect Dark.
I think Halo 2 has to be backwards compatible, and I'm sure it will be for 360. So you'll be able to play Halo 2, but I think my guess is that, you know, Bungie, everyone says, is working on Halo 3. We don't know when it's going to come, but I think that Bungie's not the kind of company that takes a half step. So it's like they're going to, you know, it'll be a while and we'll see an amazing Halo 3.
Unless Microsoft makes them. Assuming their assets for the original Halo 2, or for Halo 2 rather, assuming their assets were high res enough, they may release a patch or something to plug it out in 720p, but I'm gonna guess not.
Excellent. All right, cool. Well, let's go to Peter. He joins us on the phone from Virginia Gardens, Florida. Hey, Peter, what's up?
Peter, are you there, buddy?
Peter's off playing Battlefield or something.
He should be. He should be. He's dropping bombs.
All right, well, let's go to Robert, who joins us on the phone from Tacoma City, Washington. Robert, what's up?
Hi, guys. How's it going?
Good. What's your question, Robert?
I have a question for both of you. Where do you see the gaming industry heading in a few years?
Big blue sky question here, Robert.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I see consoles are obviously, you know, picking up. It's interesting. We talked about Battlefield 2 here. The PC has not been doing particularly great lately in terms of great games. So I wonder how the PC is going to fare going forward. Because, you know, PS3, Xbox 360, they're going to be in some ways more powerful than PC. So I think we're going to see even more focus on the consoles. And I don't know.
I say hell in a handbasket, Jeff.
Yeah,
that's
I mean, well, but games are getting more and more expensive to produce. And one of the big questions I have is, you know, people are saying games are going to cost $20, $30 million to make.
No one's going to risk innovation anymore.
That's the question. It's just like, what's going to happen? Because, you know, we have a lot of fun with little flash games and stuff on this show that we find, and it's like, you know, is that stuff going to exist, or is everyone going to say?
I think so. I think you know, they're going after the Hollywood approach. They're taking this kind of, you know, big screen kind of approach to video game making now, and there's always an independent film. There's always that independent film. There's always an independent movie scene.
Can you Blair Witch the gaming business? That's the question.
I think you can, and I think people have. I think Alien Hominid's a great example of that. I think, you know, a Katamari is as well. And I think that's just going to happen more and more, especially when people can just produce a game and have it be downloaded and not have to worry about publishers and in-stores.
Actually, well, mods have been great this generation. We hope there'll be lots more mods like Counter-Strike and everything. So we'll see even Battlefield mods. All right, guys, when we come back, we've got hip-hop superstar Pitbull. He's giving our studio microphones a little talking to. That's coming up next.
On the next attack of the show, Brendan crash lands in Roswell, New Mexico, and gets orally probed by the Foo Fighters. That's A-U-R, by the way. Plus, security expert Ijobi Nuwere will show us how to protect our identity while performing some torrent cloak and dagger. And finally, I'll avoid tanks, aliens, and Scientology recruiters on the set of War of the Worlds. That's the next attack of the show, true believer. Now, his song Toma is probably blaring from a car window somewhere in your general area as we speak. So it's our great pleasure to welcome Miami's own Pitbull.
Oh, yeah, loca, ven pa' acá. Come here. Oh, yeah, loca, ven pa' acá. Come here. Oh, yeah, loca, ven pa' acá. Come here. Muévelo, muévelo sin parar. Let's go. Si tú quieres que te coma toda, si tú quieres que te coma toda. We always pull a couple of pretty hoes. Take them back to the room and get it on. Once they done, get your clothes, get gone, darling. Let me see you get freaky, baby. Let me see you get nasty, mommy. Let me see you act like an animal straight out the cage, baby, darling. What I do is unheard of with these women. I'm OJ, I get away with murder. I'ma hit till it's out of order. If it wasn't for R. Kelly, I record her. Now step to the right, now step to the left. Now hold on 1 second, baby. Let me catch my breath. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Bring it down. Oh yeah, loca, ven pa' acá. Come here. Oh yeah, loca, ven pa' acá. Come here. Muévelo, muévelo sin parar. Let's go. Si tú quieres que te coma toda, si tú quieres que te coma toda, si tú quieres que te coma toda, abre la pierna, dale, toma. I'ma make that thing. Just let loose, go ahead and relax. Let me play with your pretty kid and your pretty business. Let me play with your I'm the chico that'll take you to ecstasy. What you waiting for? Let's go, let's go, let's go. About to finish tonight, I guarantee that you'll be calling me back for some more. But at the same time, I want you to teach me a little something, baby, just spoil my mind. You know what I mean, the one below the waistline. You know me, baby, I'm freaky. Oh, freaky, 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 baby, I'm freaky. Oye, loca, ven pa' acá. Come here. Oye, loca, ven pa' acá. Come here. Muévelo, muévelo sin parar. Let's go. Si tú quieres que te coma toda, si tú quieres que te coma toda, si tú quieres que te coma toda, abre las piernas, dale, toma. I'ma make that thing bounce, I'ma make that thing shake, I'ma make that thing clap, till that thing break.
Like, damn, you wet. That means it's time for y'all to get all the way wild and loose, yeah. I don't care if you got a man, you single, whatever. It's time, it's time, let's go.
Quítate la ropa, quítate la ropa, quítate la ropa, si está caliente quítate la ropa, quítate la ropa, quítate la ropa, quítate la ropa, si está caliente quítate la ropa.
Oh, 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 let's go. Oh, 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 let's go. Oh, 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 let's go. Oh, oh, oh,
Toma.
what you say now?
Toma.
What you say now?
Toma. Baby, I'm freaky.
All right. I feel like going to the club now. Be sure to check out Pitbull's new album, Miami, available in stores now.
I want you to know Miami means money is a major issue. I just want you to know that.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Next time
thank
you go
very
down
much,
there.
Pitbull. Okay. We know the thought of not speaking to us all weekend is driving you crazy, so we have one last chat room session this week, but that's it until Monday. Once again, Pitbull!
On the next attack of the show, animation rock star Aaron Augenblick, plus original Batman Adam West reviews Batman Begins. And Friday means music, and music means rapper Pitbull. It's Attack of the Show, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific.
It's up to you.
To raise your voice.
For Game of the Year. Best sports game.
Best boss fight. Until your voices are heard. We
Will.
race. Race to G4ia, July 12th.
10:30 Eastern.
7:30 Pacific.
Just vote.
All right, let's see what's going on in the IRC chat room.
Okay, first question from Joe Molaski. If AOTS were to design a game, what kind of game would we be? What do you think, Jeff?
I don't know. So would we, what, MMO? Maybe that's all the rage around.
Sure. I think
the
we
office is World of Warcraft, right?
I think we are designing a game. I think it's going to be
We
on,
are?
I think it's Wednesday of next week. We're going to have a game.
Well, you'll find out then.
Yeah,
Next question from Nick BVA. What are the host's favorite TV shows? Jeff, we'll start with you.
Yeah, you know, what's my favorite? I don't watch tons of series TV, but I'm a big fan of, I like Alias, like Lost, some J.J. Abrams stuff. It's pretty fun.
Nice.
You know, stuff on HBO.
Attack of the Show?
Like that. Yeah.
Attack of the Show.
You can G4TV.com.
Throw it in there?
That's
Cool,
right.
don't worry about it, buddy. I know the free plays are crap.
I'm here, Kevin.
Besides
So
our
I-
show,
that's
what's
right.
your favorite show?
Oh, besides our show,
Yeah.
I love the whip sets. Love the Big C. I'm a huge fan of The Daily Show. I love Reno 911, and I pretty much love anything on Adult Swim.
Who says 9/11? Reno 9/11.
Reno 911.
Yeah.
There you have it.
Okay. All right.
What about you, Sarah?
I still watch Seinfeld reruns every night.
That's good.
It's like
Gotta
7
love
p.m.
While
and
eating
11
ice cream and
p.m. on
crying.
TBS. Yeah.
Okay.
And I cry. Okay. Attack of the Curtis wants to know, why does Final Fantasy 12 keep getting delayed?
Good question.
I didn't even know it was delayed because I could care less. But if you know why, please.
No, I think it's finally coming out. I think is what Square's been doing. I mean, they're notorious for sort of being very careful, very specific about what they're doing with Final Fantasy games. So I think it's hopefully going to come out next year. I think is what I'm hearing. So we'll see. But that's Square for you.
We'll see, won't we?
You never know.
That is it, folks. The weekend begins now. Go see Dredge tonight.
Thanks to our guest, Aaron Augenblick, Pitbull, and that hunka burning guest host, Jeff Keighley.
Woo! Thank you. It's a pleasure, Jeff.
Good. All right.